How's it going, everyone? Welcome back. So, Bengals wide receiver Tyler Boyd, in a recent interview, said, just about dang near anything you could possibly want a player to say on your favorite football team. He hit the interview out of the park when it came to asking about his future, asking about a potential contract with the Bengals, asking about if he wants to stay with this team. He pretty much came out and said, hey, listen, I want to win a Super Bowl. I'm about this team. I want to play for this team. And there was more than one hint about this guy saying, listen, it's not about the money. I want to be here. I've got my money. Very clear. And, 40 million. Some guys making that much in a year. But, Tyler Boyd, 40 million is what he made in his last contract. Saying, hey, I got my money. Grateful to be here. I want to win a Super Bowl. And, every signal and sign you got from that interview was saying, hey, I'm willing to take a pay cut. I'm willing to take a team-friendly deal in order to stay on this Cincinnati Bengals football team, in order to be a part of this Cincinnati football team and win a championship, because I feel like this is a place to have the best chance to win one. And again, music to your ears. You love it in so many aspects. Obviously, from a financial standpoint, you say, okay, you rarely can you keep three top-notch, really good receivers on a football team, mainly because you can't afford to pay them and everybody else. But if Tyler Boyd's want to say, hey, I'm going to be 30, I'll take, 5, 6, 7 million a year and be happy with it, maybe less, maybe a little bit more. And the Bengals say, okay, that we can work with. And that's the thing with Tyler Boyd that I really like about this guy, and the idea that he could possibly do this. First of all, very team-friendly deal, very much helps the team in a situation where they can retain, again, like he mentioned, T. Higgins or Jamar Chase or Joe Burrow or some of these other guys. You can retain these other players and win a championship, but it's really shown, I feel like, his personality and his mindset towards this all. He says, I want to win a championship. Best place to do it is here. And again, he's just a super selfless player, where he even, again, we was talking about in his interviews, he talked about T. Higgins. He said, look, T needs that money. T deserves that money. He's due to get paid. He's putting that spotlight on somebody else. Something a true leader does, something a true captain of your team does. And when you got selfless guys like that in a locker room, you got selfless guys with that mindset, especially when it's your veterans, because your veterans are ultimately the ones that these young guys are looking up to, the young guys are getting mentored by, and when they're the ones with that mindset where they're putting them team first, that's where you really see it. And again, we've seen the Bengals do it, where they play for each other. They feel like a very selfless bunch compared to some teams, or compared to even Bengals teams in years past. And having a guy like that in your locker room, that is, again, you look at what Tyler Boyd's done. It's crazy. Again, just a testament to the kind of person he is. This is a guy that was 140 targets. Bengals 2-14 that year. 140 targets. Bengals #1 receiver. It's like, man, this guy stepped up to the plate and could be a #1. They bring in T. Higgins. All right, Tyler, you're going to step up to the plate and be #2. All right, that's not a big deal. They bring in Jamar Chase. Tyler, you're going to go from being a #1, 140 targets a game, to about 70, 80 a year, and you're going to play in the slot. All right, I'll do what I got to do. You didn't hear a peep from the guy. You didn't hear a complaint from the guy. He said, I'll do what I got to do. He could have said, trade me. Let me go be a #2 some more. Trade me. Let me go be potentially a #1 some more. Trade me at my highest. No, he did. He's like, I like what we got going here. I like what we're building. I'm just going to do what I have to do to help this team win football games. And you got to love that kind of mindset. You got to love that kind of attitude. And I just tell you what, we're thinking about the future and some of these young guys. Guys Bengals drafted, you got the 2 they want to lock up already. He's like, you know what, they can go find without Tyler Boyd. But after you hear the way this guy talks, the way this guy carries himself, it's like, can we find a way? Let's find a way to keep this kind of team. A little depth never hurts anyway, just in case an injury happens. We'll see what happens. Love you guys' thoughts. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.